Good morning. It is Wednesday, March 17th. Happy St. Patty's. I'm outside of the Planned Parenthood on Pennacook Street, right in downtown Manchester, with an essential question. That question being, what is it actually like for the Sidewalk Counselors who are outside of the Planned Parenthood, there ostensibly to give women who plan to have an abortion a final off-ramp before they terminate the life of the child? We are also here relative to HB 430, the Sidewalk Free Speech Act, which seeks to repeal a prohibition on people being in a public way for this very purpose. Those who oppose the bill say, no, they're there to harass, they're infringing on privacy, that they are at times violent, and it's just not a great situation for women who are wanting to have an abortion. And, the question we're here with is, what is it actually like? I'm here with another Kathy. And Kathy, how long have you been doing this?
Oh, 13 years.
Okay, and why? What got you started?
40 Days for Life was a campaign they started, so I got involved and I just never stopped. It was a young girl going in one day. There were many stories we could tell you about babies we've saved down here. Women that really were on the fence and they were, pushed in or coerced to go in or just undecided. And this girl was 16, just going to turn 17 in a month, and she didn't know what to do. She was in high school. Her pastor from her church, a woman pastor, brought her here for an abortion. And anyway, we got her to come over and talk to us. We brought her up to the pregnancy center, and she really didn't know what to do. She said her father would kill her and all this. And we talked to her, and the pastor really was going to help her have this baby. So we said, we'll throw you a baby shower, which we did. We did all this for her. And then the bottom line is that we threw her a baby shower in a few months, and then 2 weeks later, her father threw her a baby shower. So all was good. And she had a beautiful baby boy, and that's just one of many stories from down here, that if we weren't here, that baby wouldn't be alive. He's 2 years old now. We're here because a lot of people have told us if we weren't here, their child wouldn't be alive. And a lot of women have told us that they wish somebody had been there the day they went into Planned Parenthood and had an abortion. That's why we're here.
Thanks for sharing that. I'm here with Susan.
Hi, Neil. Thank you. Good morning. So I think I've been coming for more than 15 years. I don't remember exactly when. Quite a long time ago. Just felt called to be here and to have a presence. I have had many people that I know that have gone through this trauma of an abortion experience, and some of them have said if there was just somebody standing in front of the clinic on my way in, I may have changed my mind. I know I would have changed my mind. So we're here to just offer the love of God and support and some hope for people in a most hopeless place, actually.
That's great. So Susan, and tell me how it actually works. So like right behind us, some clients will show up shortly, and actually we think one already has. So what do you do? I mean, here we are right on the sidewalk. What do you actually do?
Hi, so we say, good morning, how are you? I will offer my name and say, would you be able to come and speak with us for a minute? We'd like to offer you some resources and some help, whatever it is you need. We are here to help you. It's all based on love. And if they're not interested, that is it. We oblige and respect their wishes.
Okay.
Just a little over a year ago, we were here in a cold January morning, and we had a young lady that was coming in who didn't speak English. We were able to talk with her via Google Translate.
Wow.
And anyway, she took the offer of some help. We brought her down to the pregnancy center at the corner.
Okay.
And then from there, she went over with us.
So that's different from Planned Parenthood. Down the corner is another center.
Yes, the pregnancy center is the Pennacook Pregnancy Center, and it's a pro-life. It's a resource center for anything at all that anybody might need when they're pregnant. So.
Okay.
And then we took her from there. Got her right over to the Real Options. It was on Bridge Street at the time for an ultrasound. She came out of that appointment beaming, and saw her child and chose life for her baby.
Hi, I'm Ian Hewitt. I'm General Counsel at Cornerstone, and I want to talk to you for a minute about the U.S. Supreme Court's decision in McCullen, which was a case that struck down Massachusetts' buffer zone law. And I want to explain why that case is important to us in New Hampshire and to our buffer zone law. If you know one thing about McCullen, you should know this. The U.S. Supreme Court found Massachusetts' buffer zone law burdened substantially more speech than was necessary to achieve the government's stated interests in Massachusetts. Now, what does this mean? This means the court was saying to Massachusetts, hey, Massachusetts, if you have a problem with crowding outside clinics or with harassment of women seeking abortions, use laws against those things. And if you don't have sufficient laws against crowding or against harassment, then by all means, we invite you to pass those laws. What you should not do is pass a catch-all law that catches and penalizes people engaged in peaceful conduct like protesting and sidewalk counseling. Now, why is this important to us in New Hampshire? Because clinic escorts in New Hampshire claim in their testimony that the areas around abortion clinics in our state are war zones of anti-abortion protesters and sidewalk counselors just committing all kinds of brazen crimes with impunity against women seeking abortions, harassing them, threatening them, and so on. Now, I think the lesson of McCullen is, if this is indeed happening, the problem is not that we need a buffer zone. The problem is the police aren't enforcing our existing laws in New Hampshire, like our law against criminal threatening. And if for some reason in New Hampshire we don't have sufficient laws against harassment, threatening, and so on, the lesson of McCullen is the general court should pass those laws. It shouldn't give clinics the power to shut down peaceful, protected speech like protesting and sidewalk counseling. Now, on the other hand, if, as I suspect is really the case, the real objection from many people is just to the views and the message of protesters and sidewalk counselors, in that case, I would say, thankfully in this country, you do not yet have the legal ability to shut down the peaceful speech of people you disagree with. That is what this law would try to do if it were ever implemented. And for that reason, it is unconstitutional. It would be struck down by a court, which is why no clinic has ever actually tried to implement the law, and it should now be struck down by the general court.
Hi, I'm Shannon McGinley, the Executive Director of Cornerstone Action here in New Hampshire. Much of this video has been about the heroic efforts of the men and women who stand outside of abortion clinics around our state and offer alternatives to the women going inside. But HB 430 is not about abortion. HB 430 is about free speech. And no matter what our differences might be on abortion, I think we can all agree on the importance of free speech. And that if free speech is being impacted and threatened in one place, it's going to be threatened in another place. And so for this reason, I ask you to support HB 430 to protect free speech on public sidewalks. Thank you.